Today we are going to talk about the ecology and management techniques involved with the black king snakes that have the scientific name Lampropeltis nigra. The black king snake has one of the largest ranges of snakes in North America. They range from North Alabama, Mississippi, and Georgia, north to southern Ohio and Illinois, and west to West Virginia. This snake is very versatile, occurring in many different habitat types, including bottomlands, swamps, pine and hardwood forests, farmlands, and suburban areas. In these habitats, they commonly occur in small mammal burrow holes in loose, dry soil sites. This species mainly occurs along stream banks, in wetlands, and old farm buildings, and they mainly become active during the day, preying on other snakes, lizards, birds, and rodents. This species is a preferred snake species to humans because they are immune to pit viper venom, causing them to mainly prey on copperheads, cottonmouths, and rattlesnakes. While they are harmless to humans, they can become vicious when cornered and strike with minimal provocation. One characteristic that leads to misidentification of this snake is that they commonly shake the tips of their tails when provoked, causing people to think that they are rattlesnakes. They breed from March to June, which is the time that they are most active and commonly sighted. Females lay between 3 to 24 eggs that hatch between August to September. This is a significant fact because prescribed fire is a common forestry practice and does not need to be conducted during these months. If you conduct prescribed fire during these months, you run the risk of burning the eggs, which will lead to less king snakes in the future. While other snake species are the black king snake's primary prey species across their range, the other targeted species change. For example, in North Alabama, the king snakes preferably prey on other copperheads, cottonmouths, and rattlesnakes. But their second choice could be rats and other types of rodents. When you get north to southern Ohio, they like to change and they will prey more on salamanders and other amphibians rather than the rodents. Populations are currently declining due to habitat loss and degradation, and the movement of fire ants into their natural range. These fire ants destroy eggs hatched and can even kill younger king snakes. Given this species' secretive nature, very little is known about them. Black king snakes primarily occur along streams and bottomland areas, but occur in many different habitat types. Michael Plummer conducted a study where he researched optimal macro and micro habitats for black king snakes. He found that these snakes occur in levees, old fields, ag fields, reforested areas, and forests ranging from most common to least common. He concludes that the macro habitats are ordered in this way because the top tier places have more spaces for the snakes to hide. As for microhabitats, Plummer found that litter cover, vegetative cover, shrub cover, and grass cover are areas that the snakes are found from most common to least. This concludes that these snakes really like to have ample hiding places, which can be noted in the areas that they occur the most. Using the facts stated so far, I have arranged management techniques into 3 different macrohabitats of bottomlands, uplands, and old fields. Managing in bottomland areas is important because this is the most common areas the snakes occur. In order to manage for the black king snake, you must ensure that the microhabitats favored by the species are present. To have ample litter cover, a manager needs to suppress prescribed fire and other management techniques like mulching that consume the litter layer. To increase vegetative cover, you must increase sunlight on the forest floor by decreasing the basal area of the stand. By decreasing the basal area, this will increase growth on the forest floor. Increasing these cover types will also increase prey species in these areas. Implementing these techniques along streams will increase success because these areas act as natural levees that the kingsnakes prefer. Managing among upland pine and hardwood stands have similar techniques as the bottomland areas. While kingsnakes are not as prevalent in these areas, some additional techniques can be applied to increase suitable habitats. Managers can use the same styles to manage for litter cover, vegetative cover, and shrub cover. They can also use group selection cutting techniques to create openings in the forest to begin the establishment of a sanctuary for the snakes. After these cuttings, the forests need additional herbicide treatment to ensure that the pioneer species do not reach canopy closure. If the pioneer species reach canopy closure, this will eliminate the sunlight on the forest floor, which would open the forest floor, causing the snakes to not want to be there anymore. These snakes need the lower canopy to be thick. Managing for these microhabitats will greatly increase the odds that the property will hold the snakes. Lastly, managing old fields are important because the snakes commonly occur in these areas. This species reacts best to thick areas in the fields such as brush piles and old farm structures. The landowner needs to manage these fields as a large group selection cut in upland forest types. The thicker the area, the better the chance that the kingsnakes will stick around. Since brush is a good thing, they should be left alone and prescribed fire and bush hogging should not be implemented. Basically, over these three different macro habitats, you need to manage the stand to ensure that it has a thick ground cover. If the stand is very open and doesn't have litter layers along this ground cover, the king snakes will not be there because they will not have a place to hide. Thank you for your time, and I hope that you have gained a greater knowledge on what it takes to manage for black king snakes.